Oh yeah, they're still here.
So I think it's something we can say goodbye to.
If you've been on a GO train lately, you may have noticed, or maybe you don't even notice anymore, the plastic COVID barriers are still there. Around this time last year, we spoke with Metrolinx about whether the barriers were still needed or if they could come down. At the time, the province had recently lifted the mask mandate for public spaces, and a Metrolinx spokesperson told us at the time they believed it will be relatively soon that they'll make a decision about gradually removing them. That was June of 2022. We spoke with an infectious diseases expert who told us the plastic barriers are probably okay to go.
The reality is that plastic barriers like the ones that you've seen on the GO train or the ones that you see at the grocery store, etc., do a great job of decreasing the spread of diseases that are spread only by droplets. And what we've learned more and more about COVID over the course of the past 3 years is that it's not just droplets that spread COVID, particularly these later variants, which spread a little bit through aerosols. And those aerosols can travel around those plastic barriers, which makes them obsolete.
Not only that, Dr. Kalina adds behavior is a factor, with many of us leaning or even walking over to talk around them anyway.
So they don't actually serve the same role that I think we had initially intended.
Are they doing any harm, or are they simply just decorative at this point?
I think they're just decorative. I think that they're not doing any harm, but they're also not doing any good. And when they're not doing any good, that poses the problem of, how do they get maintained? What cost is there associated with maintaining those? And really, what is the point? If they make people feel a little bit more comfortable, then that's what we're talking about, a little bit of kind of hygiene theater.
Do you think it's time for them to go, or do you want them to stay?
They don't really bother me.
I think some people might appreciate like the privacy of it if you're traveling alone maybe, but traveling with my girlfriend definitely was a little bit in the way for us having a conversation there.
Even today heading down, I could barely even hear what he was saying. You kind of feel very divided in that sense too.
Mostly it should go because not really everybody's worried about COVID, like as you can see. A lot of people, don't wear masks as much.
I think that would be good, kind of bring back a little bit more sense of normal.
Metrolinx did get back to us on the matter in a written reply in its entirety, reading, "The dividers were installed early in the pandemic. We are creating a plan to remove them in a cost-effective way in the future." At Union Station, David Zura, City News.